Alcohol and weight loss. Can I have them both simultaneously? Can both be true? Can both exist? Drinking and seeing our fitness gains, fat loss, weight loss, muscle gain. Is that a potential? Today, we're going to talk all about that. It is day 15. Hello, hello, my free and powerful friend. Welcome back. This is take two. Started 15 minutes ago. Wasn't sure my audio was working. So deleted it all. Restarted. Sometimes we got to do that. Had to take some deep breaths. We're back though. I'm so excited for today because it is a listener submitted, listener specific topic. A listener emailed me just to let you guys know I am taking requests for these live stream topics. A listener emailed me, said, I would love if you talked about the effects that alcohol has on your weight. I work out 4 to 5 times a week and only find that I'm able to lose weight when I take breaks from drinking. Thank you. So today we are going to talk about that. This is one of my favorite topics because it really did change the angle at which I went towards sobriety, alcohol freedom. Even my soberish lifestyle, meaning I drink maybe a handful times a year. Um, it was saying I don't drink alcohol whenever, as often as possible, whenever it's present. I don't drink alcohol because I'm focused on my health rather than I don't drink alcohol because I have a problem, because my life's in shambles. And when we go towards sobriety with the struggle in mind, the issues that alcohol has caused, always ruminating over that, then we have a very shameful energy about ourselves and kind of put ourselves in the danger zone for relapse, for dangerous relapse, or just like, embodying the older version of us. So when we go towards sobriety and we're like, you know what, I'm doing this because I want to be healthy. I want my body to show the hard work that I'm putting in at the gym. I don't want to be putting 4 to 5 hours a week minimum, likely 4 to 5 times a week at the gym, 4 to 5 hours a week to not seeing the results because I'm still drinking regularly. So I'm also going to mention that today's live stream is brought to you by somebody who used to go to the gym and then go right to the bar and have bar food. And I would say like, oh, I'm going to have glasses of white wine because that's lower calorie, lower sugar. And I was just so focused on like calories that I burned in the gym, then I could drink those and just replace them, right? So I want to also emphasize the belly laughs that I get when I am scrolling and I see a doctor or a fitness influencer saying like, "Oh, well, clear alcohol, that's the healthiest, that's the best for you. Like if you're going to drink that." And I get where they're coming from, but I feel like when fitness and health professionals are talking about alcohol when it comes to weight loss, they're not even going deep. They're not even touching all of the variables. We're talking only about calories with alcohol. And yes, calories in versus calories out is the most important aspect for weight loss. Being in a calorie deficit, and it's very easy to go over on calories with alcohol. But there's a lot of other sneaky little variables that are going on when it comes to how alcohol affects our body, and it's way more than just calories. So today I want to talk about that. Let's go ahead and dive in. As you're catching this either live or replay, make sure you drop questions, share some things about you in the comments. I'm looking over those. I'm taking suggestions for future topics. So let me know. Don't be scared. Be brave. Let's chat. So here's the thing. When we're drinking alcohol, or I'm going to actually rewind a little bit, those fitness influencers that you see that every once in a while they'll post a picture of them drinking, or they'll talk about having low calorie, clear alcohols, low carb alcohols, low sugar alcohols, and they've got all these rules for the alcohol that they drink. It's kind of easy to just suspect that they are drinking as much as you. But here's the thing, the people that are still losing weight and drinking at the same time, they're not drinking every opportunity they get. They maybe drink once or twice a month. They're not daily drinkers. They're probably not even weekend binge drinkers. When they do have alcohol, if they're losing weight, they're only having alcohol in moderation. And that's because alcohol affects our hormones, it affects our sleep. Fat loss happens during sleep. A lot of it happens during sleep. Muscle regeneration, muscle growth. That's why when they say, oh, if you're at the gym, prioritize your sleep. I was still sleeping the same amount, but I was drinking. I was probably sleeping more actually, but I was drinking. So my sleep wasn't actually quality sleep. My body was just detoxing the alcohol instead of hitting the REM cycles and especially the deep sleep cycles, which is where a lot of the hormone balancing, but also fat loss can occur. So your quality of sleep is impacted. Your digestion. So your body requires a lot of nutrients, micronutrients in order to burn fat. That's a really big job for your body to consume fat for energy and to metabolize it, right? And so when you're distracting it with alcohol and then probably not eating super high nutrient foods, you're going to lack the nutrients that your body needs to do all of the things it needs to do to burn fat and build muscle. You are also mm, creating a negative impact with your gut health. So your microbiome is affected by alcohol. The lining of your stomach and the lining of your intestines, they need to be able to absorb nutrients. And we actually become less likely to absorb those nutrients if we're drinking often. So there's a lot of things that are happening outside of calories alone. So what I want to suggest is to look at your drinking and say, when is the special occasion that I'll let myself? And how do I put myself in the mindset in order to only have one or two to become a true moderate drinker? Maybe once or twice a month max. And when I do, no more than 3, 4 servings. That would be, admittedly edging on binge drinking, I think is 4 or more in one setting. So really looking, and if you are like, hey, I want to make my fitness gains, I'm not ready to remove alcohol from my life completely. You will have to draw boundaries and say, okay, well, I'm not going to drink every time it's present. I'm not going to drink at every single party. I'm not going to drink every single time I'm bored. I'm going to embody the habits that will encourage fat loss in my free time. It's a lot more than just the calories alone and even the physiology of your body, because think about, if you're drinking, the time that you're spending drinking versus the time that you could be spending meal prepping. You're spending time out, and by all means be connected with your circle and your community, but if you're out drinking with them and the night gets carried away, you get carried away with the night rather, that's less time devoted to that quality sleep. The lazy next day, that's time that you probably could be at the gym getting a really good workout, but maybe you're saying, you know what, I'm going to, instead of my 5th workout this week, I'm just going to stay on the couch today. So it's also about our use of time. And so if we're devoting time to drinking, that's not necessarily in alignment with our fat loss goals, right? That's actually a different identity in total. So you have to be able to say, okay, what is drinking doing to my journey, my health and wellness journey overall? Not just the calories. It's so much more than the calories. It's the lethargy, it's the swap of time use. And then what's funny is, like, I would be heavily drinking, going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. But then I would complain that I didn't have time to meal prep. that I didn't have time to pack my lunch that morning. I would complain that I didn't have time sometimes to go to the gym, weeks that I said I was going to go 5 times and I only went 2 or 3 times. It was like, well, I didn't have the time. And then it was like me complaining about that while I'm sitting around drinking with friends. And it's like, well, that time could have been used, you know? Um, it's I'll just keep saying it. I want this repetition to really set in with you. It's so much more than the calories. Yes, it's calories in versus calories out, but it's also what are you doing with your body to actually be that healthy person who's on their weight loss journey. Another aspect is when you are drinking, you're likely to be shifting your boundaries. If we go out and we're not really solid in our mindset of saying, you know what, I'm the type of person that stops at 1 or 2. If we're like, yeah, I'm only going to have one tonight. And then it's that, of course, those nights where we are drinking 10 to 15, if we slide that boundary, then how easy is it to slide our boundary with our snooze button? How easy is it to slide our boundary with our hydration, with our food choices, with our steps the next day? So it's an identity shift and sometimes an identity crisis when you're trying to live these two lifestyles where it's like, yeah, I love to go to the gym and work on myself, but I also love to drink this poison. And I hate to put it like that because you know what? Every once in a while, a few times a year, I'll drink it and I'll have a lazy day the next day. But that's hardly ever anymore compared. And all those times that I was sitting around, I was like, man, I'm going to the gym and I'm not seeing my muscle gain. I still have these cellulite bumps. I'm, a little bit of body dysmorphia because I was tricking myself into thinking I was putting in all this hard work, but I was actually spending the majority of my time drinking and then kind of using the gym as a justification for like, well, my drinking's not that bad. I'm still healthy. I still go to the gym. Here's another thing, just throwing these at you. When you take time off of alcohol, you'll go to the gym with a different energy. Your workouts are going to be better. You're going to feel like you are more explosive. You are going to recover faster in your rest intervals. So, your second set, your third set, your second mile on the treadmill, your second 10-minute split on the Stairmaster, like all of those things, you're going to feel good to keep getting better and better and more energized throughout your workout versus like just kind of forcing your way through it and doing everything you can. I remember so many times being slightly hungover, but not really recognizing it, just kind of going into the gym and going through the motions. And so I was tricking myself again. Hey, I got a really good workout in today. And then it was like, actually, when I took 3 months off of alcohol, that 90-day mark, I was like, "Am I the Hulk? Is this real life?" I remember being like, "I'm gonna add more to my workout because I still feel so strong and so fresh, and I'm so energized. My body is recovering really quickly." So those 10 squats that you're doing with a barbell on your back will become so easy. You're gonna progress the weight, progress the tempo, you're going to progress the reps, the sets, and you're actually going to be more intense with your workouts. And so you'll get more bang for your buck. The hour that you spend in the gym, you're probably going to burn more calories, feel better, challenge your muscles more, break them down more so that they need to recruit more energy to rebuild. So all of this plays into your metabolism, right? So our sleep plays into our metabolism, our digestion plays into our metabolism, our quality of nutrients. So getting those vitamins and minerals that we need for our body to actually do the functions that it's responsible for, like burning fat and building muscle. Our body needs those things. And that's what calories are meant to be consumed for nutrients. And alcohol is empty calories. It literally has no health benefit. It's actually health deterrent, um, based on how much you drink, everything like that. But you start to see, I want to put things in my mouth that are going to go with my goals versus against my goals. And I'm not saying that you have to quit forever, but just like this listener mentioned in their email, I find that I'm only able to lose weight when I take breaks from drinking. I'm going to just throw this out there. I'm going to maybe guess that if you are in active drinking era or a season outside of taking the break, this listener probably drinks very frequently and at high volume. I don't want to assume this person could also be very small, and a small portion of alcohol really affect their body. If it's a female who's really small, one or two servings, that's a lot. That's not just, probably 300 calories, 200 calories if you're going really low calorie. Two servings, 300 calories, and it's going to affect your sleep, and it's going to affect your digestion, and it's going to affect your energy levels tomorrow. Even if you're drinking at what they say is low risk, then you're going to still have those physiological issues. Your body's going to be distracted breaking down those servings of alcohol. It's not going to be burning fat. It's not going to be sleeping well. It's not going to be doing the healthy processes for fat loss. These are all things that I love to cover with health focused clients. This is actually where Magnify kind of sprouted from, was like, hey, let's take our mind off of alcohol and put it on building this healthy self image. And over time, it's amazing. I mean, my mind did this too, but watching clients' minds change about calories and the way they use their time. And they're like, it's no wonder that I couldn't lose the weight when I was drinking, even when I thought I was moderating to the weekend or maybe just one per day after 5 p.m. They're like, it just blows my mind, all of the blind spots, all of the things that I couldn't even put my finger on that were affecting my weight loss journey, that I was kind of, avoiding or not paying attention to, or maybe even just cognitive dissonance towards cutting it off because I wanted to maintain that coping mechanism. And then I was mad at myself for not being able to reach my goals. It's just this tool that you've learned to use and justify so that you can hold on to it. But if you're ready to really embody that healthy identity, know that we're just scratching the surface here. It takes a while for your mind to become accustomed and acquainted with these blind spots and being like, wow, I never saw, because I was drinking even just, a couple servings every couple days or so, something rather infrequent to the regular drinker. I didn't realize how much that was affecting my energy levels the next day. I had no idea how much that was affecting my ability to make positive choices. We talked about anxiety yesterday. Anxiety will definitely throw you off course with your day after drinking consistency in general. I think that's one of the biggest dents that your um, health journey and fat loss journey take, is the dent in consistency. Because when you have anxiety the next day, you may push yourself to go to the gym, but you're probably not going to do much other than that. You're not going to go for your walk. You maybe are just going to stress out. Maybe you'll stress eat. It just really affects your decision making and your ability. Every time you want to like get back to the gym, you feel like you're starting over. And that is a thing of the past for my clients and for myself. We realize through experience, not just listening to things, but through putting ourselves through that experience and building new neural pathways for decision making. Like, hey, that drink tonight, even though I feel a little bit stressed, I would rather go for a walk than have the drink, because I know going for the walk, double whammy, going for the walk is going to positively impact my fat loss journey. It's also, I would say, triple whammy here. It's also going to help me de-stress. It's going to help me at long-term de-stress and feel proud of myself after that. And then 3, tomorrow, I'm going to feel energized rather than lethargic and anxiety ridden. So I'm going to make good choices tomorrow as well. I'm going to show up to the gym with high energy. I'm going to be so thankful that I didn't drink, because I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do my morning routine and I'm going to eat my healthy foods. And if you are continuously having drinks and throwing your hormones off balance, your sleep off balance, your identity in general off balance, who am I? Am I healthy or am I a drinker? Typically those identities, they don't really mix as a regular drinker, maybe a very infrequent drinker like myself, those fitness influencers that you might see. Lauren Simpson comes to mind. She's very fit. She has very solid mental health. She's Australian. She's great. She's got a great fitness outlook. She'll post her with a cocktail every once in a while, but she talks about it. She's like, I don't drink a lot. When I do drink, I have one or two because that's what my calories fit in. But she's like, I also don't want my sleep to be shit, and I don't want to not be able to hit the gym tomorrow. So in all of it, understand that the people who are really healthy, really successful, they don't drink every week even. They don't imbibe that often. They don't get in that habit. And I think that's what the moderation approach that I'm thinking about, that's where it distinguishes it from what culture and what our society calls moderation. And what I call moderation is like, it's not habitual. It's not even every week. It might fall with a celebration. It might fall, when the moon and the stars align right. But it's not like, hey, I let myself drink every third week of the month. It's not something that's a habit. It's something that is out of the norm. That's a special treat. It's something that I don't even think about on day to day because I'm so consumed in my healthy identity and the ways that I spend my time in a healthy way. And I hope that each of you can take away that it's so much more than calories. It's your identity. It's your mental health. It's your body's ability to do what it needs to do versus detoxifying it from alcohol. It's going to prioritize that. It's going to move fat loss and muscle recovery down on the scale. Muscle protein synthesis takes the back burner. You're just going to have a lot of issues handling fat loss and drinking at the same time. You're going to be confusing your mind, confusing your body. And who wants that? I can help you become the infrequent drinker and still really love life, but I can't help you continue to drink weekly and see fat loss. It's not going to happen that way. Unfortunately, I wish we could have our cake and eat it too. But this is the nature of alcohol. And this is why we want to break those cultural norms of alcohol being healthy in certain types or certain patterns, like have it with water, it's healthy, have clear liquor, have the hard seltzers, they're low calorie, low carb. Those are the healthy drinks. It's like, no, none of it's really healthy. Just like chocolate cake, none of it's really healthy. It's not going to do anything for you. So you only have one slice of chocolate cake. You don't have the whole cake. Same goes with one serving of alcohol. Every once in a while, you wouldn't be able to lose weight if you were eating 3 to 10 slices of cake even every week, probably, depending on what your other calories look like. So this is actually a metaphor that works well with a lot of my clients. They would talk about the chocolate cake that now they see like one slice of chocolate cake being equal to like one glass of wine. It's like, if that's a lot, then why isn't this a lot? The perspective of the amount of alcohol. It's going to impact your fat loss. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be very difficult. You don't have to take, here's what I think. I'm going to end on this, I promise. But this listener, in their verbiage, they said, I'm only able to lose weight when I take breaks from drinking. What does that infer? Like, what do we get from that? That means that typically he or she is drinking very frequently. And that when they are not drinking, they're taking a break from it. What if taking a break was just your normal? And then having a drink was taking a break from my healthiness? I think that's a cool way to shift in your mindset. Maybe taking a break from alcohol could just be your life. Now, this is my life. Adjust that ratio. My life is primarily not drinking. Every once in a while, I'll throw in a drink here or there at a celebration, special moment when I'm not emotional, when I'm not using it to escape or comfort or soothe stress, when it's truly just a really fun night and I'm out with friends and I know that I'm going to have one or two and I'm going to be able to stop because my main identity is somebody who doesn't drink. I think that would be a good way to shift your perspective. So shout out to this listener. Thank you for letting me share your email, share a little bit of your story. I hope that you guys got some value from this today. Let me know what questions you have. I'm doing these really casually, so I know my thoughts are just like popping off as we're going. So sometimes they're a little scatterbrained, much more scatterbrained than when I'm like, got my bullet list for Unsoberly Sober show or YouTube videos. So please excuse the excitement, the passion when we're bouncing around. If you have any topics that you'd like to cover with me, then please, please, please email me, reach out, leave a comment in the video. Once it's on the channel, I can look over those. I'm adding things to the docket. So again, thank you to this listener. Thank you to you guys for tuning in. Let me know your questions, thoughts, concerns. If you need help, there are links in the description of this video. The Magnified course and community. We were just talking a lot nutrition yesterday, getting steps in. We're talking so much about health every day. And that's really exciting to take the focus and put it on health. My magnifying glass here. Magnify the health instead of magnifying the alcohol, and don't drink that alcohol. Magnifying the health so that sobriety just feels like a symptom of our beautiful goal-oriented life. That Magnify course and community is the first link in the description of this video. You'll also see an application if you want to work one-on-one with me. I will create your custom workouts. We'll get you meal plans. I'll be talking to you every single day about hitting your meals, your workouts, your positive mindset, your routines, paradigm shifting, your use of time, all of the things. I'm here for you. There's also some nutrition guides in the description of this video. So please, please, please check those out. Get those PDFs. Get in the Magnify course and community, or apply for one-on-one coaching if you are ready for that. I know you are. You've been listening. You're ready. You're ready, Freddie, for these positive changes. Okay, until tomorrow, I want you to remember how free and powerful you are, how badass you are. You can do anything you put your mind to. Think different in order to drink different, or never again. Think different to eat different, move different, live different, feel different. It all goes down in the mind. Thank you for being here. We'll talk to you soon.